Hi everybody, welcome to today's heart opening yoga flow. My name is Madison and today we're going to be focusing a lot on back bends. So anytime we're focusing on opening the back, we're also opening the chest, the shoulders, the hip flexors, even the quads. Back bends kind of get the heart rate going, they excite the nervous system. So this is a great class to do first thing in the morning to energize the body. I'll be giving you a lot of options throughout the class, so please take the options that you feel best serve you, and just remember to listen to your body. Let's go ahead and begin. When you're ready, we're going to begin at the back of our mats, finding a tall, comfortable seated position and just closing your eyes. And taking a moment to arrive. And begin to turn your awareness to your breath. Start to take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your nose. As you inhale, start to inflate your belly. And as you exhale, allow your belly to soften. And letting go of any expectations that you may have already preset for your practice today. And just try and take every moment as it comes. Start to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Just start to create some circles with your head. Just allowing your head to feel very heavy. Start to reverse the direction. Making your way back to center, chin parallel to the floor. And taking a deep breath in, lengthening your spine just a little bit taller. And as you exhale, start to create some circles with your upper body moving into seated dancing line. I'm just focusing here really on lubricating the joints, getting some movement in your body. Making any observations about how you're feeling today. Start to switch your direction. And then coming back to center. And as you take your next inhale, start to reach the arms up and overhead. And with your exhale, twist to your right, left palm crosses over to the right knee, right palm to the base of your spine. Deep breath in. And with your exhale, find double helix, drop your chin and look over your left shoulder. On your inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up high. And with your exhale, take that twist to your left, look over your left shoulder. Deep breath in. exhale, double helix, look over your right shoulder. And with your next inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, flip your palms forward and just slowly come forward up onto your knees. And then here we'll bring our knees together and just taking a seat back onto your heels. Coming onto the tops of your feet. So we'll take an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And then with your exhale, reach the arms behind you, interlace your fingers, and just start to open your chest. Deep breath in. And then on your exhale, rounding your back, start to round over your knees. Maybe working your forehead towards the floor and just sending your hands up towards the ceiling. On your inhale, slowly come back up to neutral. And then on your exhale, releasing your fingers, we'll come to tabletop. So here, coming up onto your palms, your knees, we'll take a deep breath in, start to drop your belly, reach your chest forward, look up. And as you exhale, press the ground away, round the back, bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, drop your belly, look up. Exhale, round your spine. One more time, deep breath in. And long breath out. And then here, come back to a neutral spine. So now walking your hands a couple handprints forward. We're gonna keep our hips right above our knees. Inhale here. Exhale, start to sink your chest towards the floor. Maybe bring your forehead to the ground. Or if it feels good, maybe even bringing the chin, throat, and chest down, moving a little bit more into your upper back. On your inhale, slowly press back into your palms. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, coming back to your table. And then from your table, we're gonna lower down to the belly and chest. Take all the turn you need. And as you come down, we're gonna bring our hands on the floor, right underneath our shoulders. Tops of your feet resting on the ground. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. On your inhale, start to find your way to baby cobra. So here, lifting your chest. We're not bearing any weight in our hands here just yet. We're just engaging the lower back and the lower core. Keeping the tops of our feet on the floor. One more inhale. Exhale, lower your forehead back down to the floor. Deep breath in through your nose. Long breath out through your nose. On your next inhale, once again, lifting your chest again, maybe finding baby cobra, or this time maybe finding half cobra, pressing into your palms, rising up just about halfway. So your elbows will stay bent here and glued beside your ribcage. One more inhale. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Deep breath in through your nose. Long breath out through your nose. One more time, inhale, we'll slowly rise, maybe finding baby cobra, half cobra, this time maybe full cobra, lengthening your arms, lifting up. Imagine the crown of your head being pulled up towards the ceiling. One more inhale. Exhale, lower all the way back down to the floor. And then this time we'll find our way to child's pose, pressing up, coming up onto your knees, let your big toes touch, and let your knees come out as wide as you'd like. On your next inhale, slowly working our way back up to table. And then from table, we'll make our way to our first downward dog, tucking our toes under, raising our hips as we press up and back. Finding that upside down V, spreading those fingers nice and wide, bringing your feet just about 4 to 6 inches apart. And just take a couple breaths here to make any movements that feel good to you. So maybe cycling out your feet, alternating bending one knee and the other. You can focus on getting a little bit more into the sides of your body, your hips. And then coming back to center, actively pressing your heels back down towards the floor. Start to take a deep breath in, and we're gonna work our way towards the back of our mat. So walking your hands back towards your feet. And then here, let your knees soften slightly and just grab onto opposite elbows, hang heavy. Let all the weight of your body roll into your toes. And then at the same time here, maybe just rocking side to side, letting your back decompress. And imagine as you're here that your spine is lengthening a little bit longer with every breath. And then coming back to center, bring your hands back down to frame your feet. On your inhale, bring your palms to your shins, look up, flatten your back. Exhale, wrap the palms around, draw the belly to your thighs. 2 more like this. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. And then slowly coming back to center, hands are going to come back down to the floor, framing your feet. And on your inhale, start to look forward and walk your hands forward to the top of your mat. We're going to find high plank pose. So shoulders right above your wrists, heels right above the ball mounds of our feet. Inhaling to hold. On your exhale, drop your knees to the floor. We're going to move through our first modified vinyasa. Exhale, elbows to ribs, chaturanga. Inhale to your upward facing dog. And then exhale back to your downward facing dog. So here, picking up our pace, creating a little bit more heat in our body, moving through our sun salutations. Start to inhale, look at that space between your hands. Bend your knees and either walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Exhale, flat back to forward fold. Inhale, look up, plant your hands, walk, step, or jump back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Long breath out through your nose. On your inhale, look at that space between your hands. Bend your knees, walk, step, or jump there. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up, tall mountain. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. Inhale, look up, plant your hands, walk, step, or jump back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Long breath out. 1 more round. Inhale, look at that space between your hands. Bend your knees, walk, step, or jump there. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up, tall mountain. Exhale, flat back, fold forward. Inhale, look up, plant your hands, walk, step, or jump back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Taking a moment here to slow down, deepen your breath. Notice the difference between how you feel now and when you first stepped onto your mat. With your next inhale, start to raise your right leg up behind you, and then start to stack your hip, point the right toes to the ceiling. Exhale, squeeze that right heel to your glute. Feel that stretch in your hip. Inhale, kick the right leg back. Exhale, step that right foot between your hands. We're gonna find a low lunge. So here, dropping our left knee to the floor, untuck your toes, and on your inhale, rise up with the arms, low crescent moon. Inhaling here. Exhale, maybe finding cactus arms, bending your elbows, opening your heart. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, half splits pose. Bring your hands to the floor. Start to send your hips back, lengthening the right leg as you reach the heart towards that right big toe. On your next inhale, bend back into your right knee. Tuck your left toes under, come back to your lunge. Pressing into your hands, step the right foot back to plank. Take your optional vinyasa, or maybe just meet back in a downward dog. Inhale, raise your left leg up behind you. And once again, we're gonna stack our hip, point the left toes to the ceiling. Exhale, squeeze the heel to your glute again. Feel that stretch in your hip. Inhale, kick your left leg back. Exhale, step the left foot through, finding that low lunge. Again, we're gonna drop our right knee, untuck our toes, and then sweep the arms up. Inhaling here. Exhale, cactus arms. On your inhale, reach back up. Exhale, half splits. Bring your hands to the floor. Send your hips back, lengthen that left leg. On your inhale, bend back into your left knee. Tuck your right toes under, back to lunge. And then pressing into your hands, step your left foot back, high plank. Take your optional vinyasa. Deep breath in through your nose. Long breath out through your nose. Inhale, raise your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. This time, high lunge. We're gonna stay on the ball of our left foot. Rising up, sweeping the arms up. Stacking your wrists right above your shoulders right above your hips. So keeping a strong core here. We'll take one more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands back down to frame that right foot. Press into that left palm, raise the right arm up, lunge twist. And then with your inhale, finding your balance into water wheel. Start to look down at those right toes, slowly rise up. And we're twisting here. So that left arm is reaching forward, that right arm is reaching back. And maybe looking back at that right thumb. Inhaling to hold. Exhaling, maybe finding a little back bend, letting that right hand slide down that back leg. One more inhale. Exhale, windmill down, come back to your lunge. And we're gonna take a little step forward with our left foot. So you're lengthening both of our legs, finding pyramid. Keeping your hips squared, keep that spine nice and long. On your inhale, maybe lengthen a little bit longer. Exhale, maybe melt a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, start to step onto that right foot. Find standing splits, raising those left toes high. And if you'd like, you can stay here, keep your hands grounded on the floor. You can take options here if you'd like. The more comfortable we get in standing splits, eventually we want our fingertips to align with those toe tips. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, lunge that left foot all the way back. Come back to your runner's lunge. Pressing into the hands, step the right foot back to meet the left, high plank, optional vinyasa. Deep breath in, long breath out. Inhale, raise your left leg up behind you. Exhale, step the left foot through. Once again, high lunge. Stay on the ball of your right foot. As you rise up, biceps find your ears. Deep breath in. On your exhale, bring your hands back down to the floor, finding that lunge twist. We'll press into the right palm, raise the left arm up, stacking our shoulders. And then finding water wheel, again, maybe looking down at those left toes for balance. Start to slowly rise up. Left arm this time reaching to the back of the room, right arm reaching forward. Inhale to hold. On your exhale, maybe little back bend. One more inhale. Exhale, windmill down, come back to your lunge. Take a little step forward with that right foot, straightening both of your legs to pyramid. And then with your next inhale, we're gonna find standing splits pose. Step onto the left foot, raise that right leg up. One more inhale. Exhale, take that right foot all the way back to your lunge. Press into your hands, let your left foot meet your right, high plank, optional vinyasa. Deep breath in, and a long breath out. On your inhale, start to raise your right leg up behind you. And begin to, once again, stack your hip, point the right toes to the ceiling. Exhale, squeeze that right heel to your glutes. Inhale, kick your right leg back. On your exhale, come high on your left toes. Bring the right knee to your nose. Roll the shoulders past your wrist. Inhale, kick it back. We'll do that 2 more times. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it back. 1 more time. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it back. And on this exhale, we're gonna come to a lizard lunge. So step that right foot right outside of your right hand. We're gonna drop our left knee to the floor. So if you feel like this is enough, you can stay right here. If you need more, you can take this pose down to your elbows and forearms. Now, whether you're on your palms or your elbows, just keep them in line with that right foot at the top of your mat. So maybe staying here, if this is where you're comfortable, or adding maybe a little bit more of a heart opener. Start to shift the weight into the left elbow or the left palm. Bend that left knee. Maybe stay here. Or maybe start to take that right hand back, reaching back for the outside of that left foot, kicking into your hand, opening the shoulder, the quad, looking past that right shoulder. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, slowly release that back leg. Come back up onto your hands. And then from here, we're gonna walk our hands kind of 1 or 2 handprints back. Send your hips back, lengthen that right leg, and then using your core, kick it out and back for 3-legged table. Take a deep breath in here. On your exhale, elbows to ribs, dip your chin, sunbird bow. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last one. Exhale. On your inhale, lifting up. On your exhale, tuck your left toes under, bring the right knee to your nose. On your inhale, kick it all the way back. And we're gonna stack our hip, point our toes towards the ceiling. On your exhale, bend your knee. And again, you can stay here this time, maybe flipping your dog over. Bring that right foot to the floor. Reach your hips up as you reach that right arm towards the front of your mat. Slowly flip it back over. We're gonna be back in a 3-legged down dog. Take an optional 3-legged or 4-legged vinyasa. We're gonna be back in downward dog with all 4 on the floor. Deep breath in, long breath out. Inhale, raise your left leg up behind you. Once again, stack your hip, point the left toes to the ceiling. Exhale, squeeze that left heel to your glutes. Inhale, kick your left leg back. Exhale, high on your right toes, left knee to your nose. Inhale, kick it back. 2 more times. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Last one, exhale. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale to lizard lunge. So now left foot's gonna step outside of our left hand. Once again, we're gonna drop our right knee to the floor. So again, you can stay up on your palms in this pose, or you can take it down to your elbows and your forearms. Just make sure you stay in that alignment. Maybe staying here, or adding a little bit more, shifting into the right elbow and forearm, maybe bending the right knee, and seeing if you can reach back with that left hand for the outside of your foot. Kick into your palm, and look up past that left shoulder. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, letting go of any options, we're gonna come back up onto our hands. Take your time. And then from here, we're gonna walk our hands a couple handprints back, and then send your hips back, lengthen that left leg. So using your core, we're gonna kick the left leg out and back, find 3-legged table. Deep breath into your nose. On your exhale, elbows to ribs, dip your chin, point those left toes high. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time. Exhale. On your inhale, lift up. On your exhale, tuck your right toes under. Bring the left knee to your nose. Inhale, kick it all the way back. Stack your hip, point the left toes to the ceiling. Exhale, bend your knees, stay here, or flip your dog over. Left foot to the floor. Reach your hips up as you reach the left arm towards the front of your mat. And breathe. Slowly flip it back over. Kick that left leg back. And then maybe take an optional 3-legged or 4-legged vinyasa. We'll be back with all 4 on the floor. Downward dog. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, slowly raise that right leg up behind you. And then on your exhale, let's step the right foot between your hands, this time finding warrior 1. Back foot's gonna be 45. We're gonna slowly rise up. So again, back foot flat on the floor, biceps to our ears. We're driving that right knee forward. We wanna square our hips to the front of our mats. Shoulders are relaxed away from our ears. We wanna feel that outer knife edge of the left foot pressing into the mat. Deep breath in. On your exhale, bring your palms together, look up at your thumbs. Little back bend here. One more inhale. Exhale, bring the arms behind you, interlace your fingers, once again opening your chest, working your hands towards the floor. On your inhale, come back to center. Exhale to humbled warrior, working that right shoulder towards the inside of the right knee. So now finding that rounding of the spine, looking at that right big toe, or maybe even looking back at your left toes, working the crown of your head down. One more deep breath in. And then on your exhale, we're gonna release our hands, bring them down to the floor on the inside of that right foot. From here, we're gonna square our hips, drop the left knee to the floor, and then kick your right leg back to 3-legged table. Now from here, we'll start to extend our left arm forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, round and curl, draw the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time. Exhale. On your inhale, reach and lengthen. And as you exhale, start to bend your right knee. Now maybe stay here, or maybe start to take that left hand back. See if you can reach for that right foot. Now, if you find your foot, maybe start to kick into your hand. As you do that, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back. One more deep breath in. On your exhale, we're gonna release that back foot. Bring your left hand back down to the floor. Now, pivot your left toes about 45 degrees to the left. Start to shift that weight into your left palm. Bring your right hand to your hip. So stacking your hips, your shoulders, maybe reach that right arm towards the ceiling. Inhaling to hold. Exhale, point your right toes, bend your right knee. Now, bringing your heel to your glute, you can stay here or see if you can reach back for your foot. And if you find your foot, kick into your hand, open the shoulder. On your inhale, reach and extend, finding that modified side plank. Exhale, right foot to the floor. We're gonna slowly rise all the way up onto the left knee and then all the way over to gates pose, opening the left side body. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, windmill all the way back down. Come back to your tabletop, back up onto your hands and knees. And then from table, tuck your toes, raise your hips, find downward dog. If you'd like, you can stay here, take a moment, or flow through vinyasa, closing the sequence. Deep breath in through your nose. Long breath out through your nose. Inhale, raise your left leg up. Exhale, step it through, warrior one. Again, back foot 45, biceps find our ears. Pressing that right pinky toe into the floor. Inhaling. Exhale your palms together, look up at your thumbs. One more inhale here. Exhale, reach your arms behind you, interlace your fingers. Inhale, open your chest, roll the shoulder blades down your back, look up. Exhale, rounding forward, humbled warrior, working that left shoulder towards the inside left knee. One more inhale. And then exhale your hands to the floor. Once again, we're gonna square our hips, so you're gonna come down onto the right knee, press into your hands, kick your left leg back to three-legged table. Now, as you find your three-legged table and you find your balance, see if you can start to extend your right arm forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, contract the core, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. On your inhale, reach and lengthen. And as you exhale, bend your left knee. Once again, you can stay here, or maybe see if you can reach back with that right hand, and then kick into that right palm. Lift your chest. On your inhale, reach forward and back. Exhaling to that modified side plank. We're gonna bring the right hand to the floor. Open your right toes to the right, 45 degrees. Press into the right palm, stack your hips and your shoulders. Flexing that left foot for an inhale. On your exhale, point those left toes, bend your knee, bring the heel to your glute, and then if you can, reach back with that left hand, kick into your palm, look over that left shoulder. On your inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, gates pose, bring your left foot to the floor, rise all the way up onto the right knee, inhaling as you rise. Exhaling as you find that side body stretch. One more inhale. And then exhaling back to tabletop, slowly windmill down, come back onto your palms and your knees. And then tucking your toes, raising your hips, finding downward dog. Once again, staying here or flowing through your optional vinyasa. Deep breath in. Long breath out. On your next inhale, raise your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step the right foot through, finding your high lunge. Rising up, biceps to your ears. Deep breath in. Long breath out. On your next inhale, we're gonna find standing staff pose. So start to step onto the right foot. Raise your left knee towards your belly. And then taking the right hand to the left knee, we're gonna send that left arm towards the back of our mat into a standing staff twist. Start to maybe look back at that left thumb. If that's a little bit too challenging, you can keep your gaze on the floor in front of you. One more inhale. And then exhale back to center. We're gonna come to dancer's pose. So now bring that left heel towards your glute. Start to reach back with that left hand for the inside arch of your left foot. Once you have that, start to extend that right arm up and overhead. Maybe staying here. Maybe start to kick into that left palm. If this is still good, maybe start to hinge from your waist. We want to keep an up dog in our back, so the goal is not to get towards the floor. We want to keep the chest lifted, gazing forward. One more inhale. On your exhale, start to come back to center. We're going to take our left leg, cross it behind the right, and then start to slowly fold forward. So you can adjust your stance here a little bit. Roll maybe onto the outside edges of your feet, maybe lifting the inside arches. And as you round forward, you're going to start to feel that stretch running down the outside of your left leg right into the IT band. On your next inhale, we're going to find standing splits. Shift the weight into the right foot. Start to raise that left leg back up towards the ceiling. So this is your second set here, maybe incorporating some more options, grabbing onto your right ankle or calf with your right hand, or maybe even both hands. We'll take one more inhale. And then on your exhale, let your left foot meet your right foot at the top of your mat, fold forward. Inhale, look up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, look up, plant your hands, either walk, step, or jump back to plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale back to downward dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Long breath out through your nose. Inhale, left leg up behind you. Exhale, step it through your high lunge. Take your time as you rise. Stay on those right toes as your biceps find your ears. On your inhale, stepping onto the left foot, finding standing staff. Start to pull the right knee in towards your belly. And then adding that twist, we're going to cross the left hand over to the right knee. And then start to send your right arm towards the back of your mat. Now again, you can keep the gaze forward on the floor in front of you. It's a little bit easier. Or look back at that right thumb. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, come back to center. We're gonna slowly bend that right knee, bringing the right heel towards the glute. See if you can reach back for the inside arch of your foot with your right hand. And then start to send that left arm up. Now again, if you find your balance here, now start to kick as far as you can into that right palm. And then from there, maybe start to hinge. Lowering down again, keeping that up dog in your back. On your inhale, slowly rise back up to center. On your exhale, we're gonna cross the right leg behind our left leg. And again, slowly start to round forward. Maybe rolling onto the outside edges of those feet again. This time feeling that stretch run down the outer right leg. And then from here, finding standing splits, start to shift the weight back into the left foot. Raise that right leg up. Now again, you can stay here, or if you took the option on the first side, maybe grab onto that left leg with your left hand, or maybe both hands. One more inhale. And then exhale to forward fold. Let your right foot meet your left foot. Inhale, look up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Planting the hands, walk, step, or jump back to plank. One last vinyasa here, moving with your breath. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And then from your downward dog, slowly coming down to your knees, come back to table. And from here, we're gonna lower all the way down to the belly and chest. So take your time making your way down to the floor. And we're gonna make our way to Sphinx pose. So here you're coming up onto your elbows and your forearms. And for a moment, maybe close your eyes and imagine that you have a string in the center of your head pulling you up towards the ceiling. Feeling this in the lower back. And then here we're gonna come into half bow. So focusing on one side at a time, we're gonna start with the right. So here, start to work your left fingers towards your right elbow. So you're gonna keep that left forearm on the floor as an anchor. Now start to bend your right knee, bring the right heel to your glutes. And if you want, start to maybe reach back for that right foot with your right hand. So if you don't grab your foot today, that's okay, don't force it. You can always use a strap here as an option. If this is an easy stretch for you and you wanna take it one step further, maybe start to work the right forearm on the top of your right foot, bringing your heel in a little bit closer that way. Now last option here involves flipping our grip. So if you feel really good here, again, you wanna listen to your body. If there's any pinching in your back, just come out of the pose. So if you'd like, you can start to flip your grip, kind of bring that right arm around the foot. And we want to flip our grip to turn the right elbow up. So to do that, you may want to press into the left hand, lift that left elbow, and then work that right elbow high. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, slowly release. Make your way out the same way you made your way in. And here we're just going to slowly lower down. Stack your hands, just kind of creating a pillow, and let the forehead come down. And then from here, coming back to Sphinx pose, we're gonna start off on our elbows and our forearms. And then this time, right forearm parallel to the top of your mat. So right fingertips to the left elbow. Start to bend your left knee. Now again, you can stay here. You can try to maybe reach back for your left foot with your left hand. Or you can try bringing the left forearm onto the top of your foot, bringing the heel in a little bit closer. If you tried flipping your grip on the first side, try it again here. Again, you may want to be a little bit more elevated to get into it, so you can press into the right palm, lift the left elbow. Take that left arm around the outside of your foot. Once you grip it, bend that left elbow up towards the ceiling. You can play around with your hand placement to suit whatever you need. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, slowly release out of that stretch. We're gonna once again lower down to the belly and chest, stack your hands, creating that pillow. And then on your next inhale, raising your head, and we're gonna come to a closed knee child's pose, just a really nice counter stretch to all those back bends. So coming up onto your hands, slowly pressing up, rounding back. So your knees are gonna be together, rounding your spine over. If your head is resting on the floor comfortably, you can let the back of your hands maybe rest on the ground right beside your feet. next inhale, start to work your way back up to table. And then from here, no heart opening flow would be complete without camel pose. So we're gonna slowly walk our hands back and we're just gonna work our way up onto our knees. So if you're working on a hard surface today or you just have a really thin mat and you're feeling this on your knees, you can always kind of create a little thicker section for your knees by just kind of doubling up your mat. So keep your knees about as wide as your hips, and we're gonna start off toes tucked under, palms to our lower back. Now here, your fingertips can face down or fingertips can face up, and you feel that stretch a little bit more in your wrist. And then start to hug the elbows in towards each other. Press your hips forward, lift your chest, start to maybe look up towards the ceiling. So we really want to focus on staying out of our lower back and just lift up. Find as much length as you can in your spine. Now, those of you who are comfortable to take it one step further, you can kind of play around with maybe bringing right hand down to your right heel and just seeing how this feels. Maybe taking it to the other side. Or if you feel really good here, maybe bring both hands down to your heels. So really pay attention to your breath. If you're holding your breath and you're tensing up, you're probably going too far. If you need more, you can untuck your toes, maybe let the tops of your feet come down to the floor. On your next inhale, we're gonna slowly work our way up the same way we made our way down. And then once again, we're gonna find that closed knee child's pose to counteract the spine. Bring your knees together and just round your back. You might notice the heart rate's elevated here. Back bends excite the nervous system, so it tends to get the heart rate going. So take a moment, just focus on deepening your breath and slowing everything back down. And then slowly working our way back up to table. And we're gonna find our way back to a comfortable seated position, coming all the way back. This time we're gonna extend both of our legs forward towards the front of our mat. And then maybe just take a moment to kind of scoot the flesh out from underneath your sit bones, flex your feet, and with your next inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And then on your exhale, start to round forward, reaching for whatever you can grab. On your next inhale, start to work your way back up to center. And then here we'll come to butterfly, bringing the soles of our feet together, opening the knees. And then just interlacing your fingers, cupping your palms around your toes. On your inhale, lift your chest, lengthen your spine. And then on your exhale, start to hinge forward. On your next inhale, rise back up. And then bringing your palms to your knees, help your knees back up. And from here, we're gonna lower down to our belly and chest. So taking all the time you need, maybe extending your legs forward, extending the arms forward, and then just peeling back one vertebrae at a time. And then when you make it all the way down to the floor, let's bring our knees towards the belly. And just give yourself a really big hug here, rocking side to side. And then coming back to center, finding happy baby pose. We'll start to reach for the outside edges of our feet, driving our knees down towards the floor, pressing the entire spine into the ground. And then maybe rocking side to side here, massaging your back. And then coming back to center, we'll bring our knees together and just lower your feet on the floor about hips distance apart. So we're gonna do 2 sets of bridge pose. This is our first one. So with your heels on the ground, your toes facing the front of your mat, arms by your sides, we'll start to slowly press into your feet, raise our hips. If you'd like, you can interlace your fingers under your back and just kind of stack your shoulders under. So focus on your breath, lifting your hips and driving your chest back towards your chin. And then slowly bringing your arms into a T. And then just start to peel back down one vertebrae at a time. And as your glutes hit the mats, once again, we'll bring our knees to the belly and just rock side to side. So if you'd like, you can do that second set of bridge pose, what we just did. Or if you'd like, I'm gonna walk you through how to come into wheel pose. So a little bit deeper of a back bend, but we've been working on warming up for this pose really this entire hour. So if you're coming into wheel, we're gonna kind of set up the same way as bridge. Heels on the floor, your toes are both facing, or your both feet, I should say, are facing forward. And then with your hands, we're gonna reach your arms up and then bring them back, bend your elbows towards the ceiling, and try to get your palms as close as you can get them to being right underneath your shoulders. So here, fingertips are facing back towards your heels. And then when you're ready, on your inhale, start to simultaneously press into your palms, press into your feet, lift your hips. So again, focusing on your breath, we tend to panic in back bends. Make sure you breathe. And then we want to press our chest towards our wrist. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, if you're in wheel, tuck your chin, slowly lower all the way back down, protect your neck. And when you make it all the way down to the floor, once again, we'll bring our knees to our belly and just rock side to side. And then from here, we'll bring our arms into a T. And just let your knees and your feet stack to your right as you look over your left fingers. On your inhale, start to bring your knees back to center. And then as you exhale, let your knees stack to your left and look over your right. On your inhale, bring your knees back to center and just give yourself one more big hug here, walking side to side. And then here, making our way to Shavasana, final resting pose. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And on your exhale, sigh it out. And as you close your eyes, start to now come back to your natural breath. And allowing your body to melt into the mat beneath you. Begin to relax your lower back. Relax your shoulders. Relax your temples. Relax your jaw. And feel the space between your eyebrows soften. Your entire body is relaxed. Begin to deepen your breath. Start to maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe rock your head side to side. And then extending your arms over your head, reaching up, lengthening all the muscles in your body. And then bringing your knees towards your belly and just giving yourself a big hug as you rock side to side. And then rocking all the way over to either side. And taking a moment, just stacking your knees and allowing your head to rest onto your bicep. And then whenever you're ready, we'll make our way back to seating, closing our practice. Just bringing your palms together, bowing our heads in gratitude. Appreciating this healthy body, this healthy mind, and every breath that we take. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through today's practice. Namaste.